Good morning, guys. It is Thursday, June 20th, 2023. This Bathrobe business. I'm George Yoganov. I'm taking my last sip of coffee, and I got the news. So I've been gone for a little bit, mainly because work has just been kind of crazy, and just kind of I feel like the stories have kind of been I don't know, a bit subpar lately. That's why I haven't really posted much. I have had a few minutes here or there, but not enough where I've really cared enough about the stories to talk about them. Like I said, I've kind of started motivating this channel based mostly off of what I think is interesting in the market, and that's why I haven't really talked about it. So jumping into the first story, there is a couple things I'm seeing in the market that I think are contradictory, and I am going to give an opposite opinion of what everybody else says. So let's jump into the first story. So the first thing I want to talk about is retail sales. So a report came out the other day that retail sales are lower than anticipated. So May retail sales rise 0.1%, weaker than expected. Sales rose just 0.1% for the month, 1/10 of a percentage point below the Dow Jones estimate, according to e-commerce department report Tuesday. This is adjusted seasonally, but not for inflation. However, the results may be slightly better than the downwardly revised 0.2% decline in April. So they're saying that retail sales are weak. It's pretty much the headlines title says it all. But I actually don't think there's much more strength in the economy than you think. So let's look at this website right here. So let's see. Let's make sure I'm sharing this properly. So this is a railroading and transportation website, and it gives actual details on what's being moved around the country. So there is a slight negative movement in April, but then in May, the carloads are actually moving much higher than anticipated. So there's more cargo and more product being moved around the United States right now than is being talked about. So in May of 2024, U.S. carloads excluding coal were up 0.3% over May 2023, and the year-to-date carloads were up 0.4%. And that's already up 0.9% for 2020 from 2022. So there's more cargo being moved than ever before. This is also interesting when you look at the Port of Los Angeles. So the Port of Los Angeles processed 752,000 units in May, a 3% decline from May's 2023 total, but overall cargo volume was up 18% ahead of 2023's first 5 months. So as you go through, each one of these show how much movement is happening in transportation, how much movement is happening in cargo growth. So I'm not exactly sure why retail sales are so far down. However, I think that's going to reverse quickly because sometimes there's lags in the market. And this is direct from the source's mouth of transportation, is showing you that it's actually moving more cargo than ever before. I hope you saw that website. I don't know if you did. Let me switch that up. Let me make sure you guys are seeing that. So this is the website. Sorry, I'm still learning this new software. I'm used to just using my webcam and nothing else. So this is Progressive Railroading website, progressiverailroading.com. And this is what gives all of those tallies. So this is showing you all of the numbers, and it's showing you all of the information that transportation and movement of cargo is actually up. So that's why I think sooner or later, the market is going to catch up with this because there's simply too much product being moved around. So why I talk about this, let's go back to my favorite subject ever, and that is federal funds rates. So Jerome Powell has spoken in the last couple of days, last couple of weeks, and talked about how according to their dot plot, they're going to only cut interest rates once, maybe around September. I don't, like I said before, I don't like low interest rates. I think those are bad. And I think that it's not going to happen. And I think people are just saying that because they're optimistic that it will move the market. This is a story from Yahoo Finance talking about why the Fed might need to get on with it and cut rates, giving all these BS justifications of why rates should be cut, none of which actually make any sense because they're saying inflation is under control, yet inflation is not under control because we're nowhere near a 2% target. They're talking about how, what else did they talk about? I don't even remember. They're talking about how the housing is under pressure right now because not enough housing is moving, so they need to open that up. They don't talk about this, but there was actually a story on Reuters that I decided not to feature in this clip that talks about how farming is suffering from the fact that lending is so expensive. So there's multiple justifications of how and why to cut interest rates. However, here's my argument. We have retail showing that there's tons of movement in cargo and transportation, and it's stronger than it has been in the last couple of years. There's also the fact that housing is actually doing quite well. So if you actually look at the numbers, if you come over here and look at home sales, median sale of home price has moved up and up across the country. So median sale price for homes inched to $1 million mark. This is in Boston. Cincinnati area, home prices hit 300K for the first time. Twin Cities, home prices are up. Indiana, housing market inventory prices rise. So all across the country. Oh, 4-bedroom home sales top 770,000. So despite the fact that we have home prices, high interest rates, home prices are actually remaining resilient and still rising. So what do you think is going to happen if interest rates get cut? Well, then we're going to see massive inflation again because the home market is going to start moving, and you're going to have to see a doubling down and an increase in interest rates again, more heavily than what we've seen before. Because if interest rates are still this high and you're still having issues with the market, the second you're going to be cutting, you're going to see a massive surge, and then they're going to have to double down and increase further. If he does a quarter basis point cut, 3 months later, he's going to have to do half an interest rate increase. So this is my justification on why there should be no interest rate cut and why I don't think there will be. I think this is just the dot plot. The dot plot is nothing more than a prediction. There is still massive inflation in the market because inflation is not on a 2% target and is not moving towards it. It is staying resilient. And so I do not think there's going to be an interest rate cut at all. That's pretty much it. Short and sweet today. I will be back tomorrow. I will definitely have a video tomorrow because I have missed so many days. And I have an interesting feature I'm going to show you guys tomorrow. So hopefully I'll have a pretty good episode tomorrow. Hope you guys have a productive day, and I'll see you in the morning.